Alright, so I've seen a Novocaine, and this is the new comedy action thriller where we're seeing Jack Quaid as the leading man, as he is playing a guy named Nathan Kane as someone who cannot feel pain, and he's in like a situation where he has to rescue his girlfriend who has been kidnapped by a bunch of like bank robbers. And even though this was one of my most anticipated movies going into this year, on top of the action and the story and the plot, and that's what I'm going to get to right here. And so this will be my full non-spoiler review for the movie, going over my impressions and my thoughts, what I thought of Jack Quaid, especially as a leading male in this role, and there's so much more to go over, especially with the characters. And so if you're new, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so it's on any future vids like these. But now let's hop right into it. And now I want to start off by saying that with this movie, and if you know Jack Quaid and his filmography and his work, he's been basically known for like many movies, but we basically know him as Hughie from The Boys and for what he has done in that show. But to have him like in like a leading man, and I want to see this, like, I mean, Hughie now has his own movie where he kind of plays like a superhero who cannot feel pain, and that's what exactly what plays into with the story. And I really love the concept of what they wanted to present right here, because especially with the main premise, and that is with his girlfriend, the girl of his dreams, that gets kidnapped by a bunch of bank robbers just like Santa Claus. And even though he has to do everything that he can to get her back, it felt like an action thriller adventure with Nathan taking out bad guys, which I thought was so sick and so cool. And I always thought Jack Quaid is good leading man material, but just have him like play like a superhero who cannot feel pain, and with everything that he goes through. And I think with all the stunt work that I've seen, and basically what plays into the movie, it goes hard, especially of what plays into the story and with the characters and what part like they have to play. I think it was a very good and enjoyable experience in the theater, and I just want to say it also tries to act like a rom-com for like some of the time, especially with Amber Midthunder being added in the mix. I mean, to have her chemistry with Jack Quaid, I thought that their chemistry was so good, and the way that they connected and how it all plays into the story. And it felt like a die-hard kind of movie, because this movie takes place around the holidays, and with the bank robbers dressed up like Santa Claus. A really fun story to have an action thriller element being packed into it. And I also love the addition of Jacob Batalon, and I like his character. Sometimes too, it's so hilarious, but even with the added humor, which I definitely liked, this movie made me laugh like a couple of times, especially when something funny happens, or if humor is being added in like the right moment, especially with a few jokes added there and there. It made it a good, enjoyable experience as well. But even what Jack Quaid brings, especially with his charm and his charisma, and with his all-time humor, which I kind of felt like I really enjoyed it too. But even though, despite its flaws that I had with this movie, I generally felt like this was absolute bonkers. It was a generally fun time, and even though I liked all the action sequences that were added, and I can tell like the people behind this movie definitely had a good time making it, because especially, I mean, I liked what Jack Quaid pulled off in the role, just to see him like playing this some sort of like character that like is like insensibility to pain. And even though you could feel like how he like reacts to something like not feeling in pain, like, and even though like I was really interested to what they presented here, because I mean, as I mentioned before in the beginning, this was my most anticipated movie going into 2025, and even though I really liked everything I saw, but even though I kind of wish, I mean, it still had potential near towards the end. Plus, there are some reveals and twists, and mainly towards the third act, but I don't want to get into it. But we'll have a fun time at the movies, and I think it's just one of those movies where you can like have like a fun time at the movies with your friends, and just watch Jack Quaid kick ass and not feel any pain who's playing a superhero. That I can tell you with, especially audiences will definitely love this movie. It's especially if you love Jack Quaid, especially if you liked him in The Boys as Hughie, but want to see him as the leading man, this movie is for you. And I want to see more of this guy on screen, because this felt like a definite true action movie. They really marketed this movie like crazy, like sort of like an action movie combined with humor and thrilling elements as well. And that's with every element that is packed in this movie. It definitely made it like a fun time get in the action, and just to like have something to make you laugh. And even though there are moments that will definitely make you gasp, and just with the violence that goes down. I mean, they go brutal, and sometimes it could be very gory and gruesome. Like, I mean, trust me, like so much gore that it is so wow. And just with everything that goes down in this movie, you will have a fun time. Just with everything that is unpacked here from beginning to end. And it definitely felt like an action movie / love story rom-com, and combined with action moments, and especially if all that stuff worked into one movie, I gotta say it was somehow pulled off well. But despite its current issues, but on top of all that, I generally had fun with what I saw. And towards the end, I kind of felt like I had a pretty good time with it. I think I was satisfied by the time the credits roll. And I mean, I gotta admit, this is a movie that you have to enjoy on the big screen. You have to get into that full experience, because there's like crazy action. I'm talking about car chases. When like a big fight goes down for when Nathan is fighting someone where he cannot feel pain, and the way that he takes out bad guys, it is, oh my god, it is awesome. Just to witness on screen as well. And even though I liked the additional side characters for what role that they had to play in this, I feel like they served quite the roles that they had to play. At the end of the day, this is just like a typical action movie where I just love seeing a Jack Quaid in his own movie, to kind of leading that step up to becoming a leading man. For my final thoughts, to wrap it all up, I enjoy Novocaine, and even though I think that this definitely satisfied me, but that despite its bits of issues, this is the movie that I definitely had a good time with, and I hope everyone else enjoys this movie as much as I did. But anyways, I like the action, I like the plot and the story for how it fits into one story and how they pull up well. And I can basically tell, the stunts that go down in this movie, they are hardcore, and I bet with the stunt work and the stunt team really pulled their efforts into making this movie amazing, especially for the viewer to enjoy on the big screen. That's gonna do it for this video. Just let me know in the comments below, and what your thoughts on Novocaine, if you've seen it or you're planning on seeing it. Just let me know in the comments below, and give me a rating between 1 out of 10. I'm curious to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the notifications for videos. You can also follow all my social media. It's all linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.